Hello, it's Wednesday. It's been pretty bananas, which you probably saw from the last vlog. This is horrible lighting. This might be better. This isn't exactly what I meant by better, but this will be a cool opportunity to take a good photo. So we'll do that later. All right, I figured I can take a cool 10 minutes to update you on some things. As you saw in the last vlog, I really am just like settling into this place. Not my apartment, my best friend's. And I'm realizing, like, so to back this all up, I have been through a huge transition, not just leaving the old apartment behind, but coming into here temporarily until my apartment is ready, which will be in the next couple of weeks. But I also did a lot of career shifts. You know, it's important for me to keep Jigsaw as a talking point. It's something that I started, and I don't think the journey is done, but it's definitely not sustainable in the way that it was running. And honestly, and I mentioned this on Instagram stories, so if you're not following there, you should, because I referenced some little things, but I was basically taking the first week to just be quiet. Like, quiet my mind, quiet every judgment I had against myself, and I put myself on this like accolade pedestal. Must raise money, must have a team, must build a space, must expand, must be profitable. And I think I got to a place where none of that felt relevant and none of that felt desirable. And so to the whole initiative of being quiet was I wasn't allowing anything in. I wasn't giving myself ample space to just hear, be present, and just quiet the mind, So, I mean, I talked to a couple of friends, but I truly just kind of stayed focused. You know what it is? Jigsaw was such a public thing for me, and normally ideas I have, I kind of just keep them to myself until I do something with them. And this was the first time that, you know, actually February 4th, I think was the day of 2016, where I publicly announced what Jigsaw was. That's not true. February 4th, February 5th, February 6th, because February 5th was my ex's birthday. We were like cleaning up, we were creating the space, and then February 6th was the first day and week that Jigsaw had opened in 2017. And so since truly then, I mean, 2016 was definitely a time that I focused on it, but it wasn't full priority. But starting February 6th, 2017, when it was public knowledge that Jigsaw, the space, was alive and breathing and present for everyone to take part in, it became this like public, it became this proof for me that I could do entrepreneurial things, that I'm capable of putting together a comprehensive plan, seeing it through to execution, and seeing the fruits of my labor. And that is not to say that that all of those things didn't happen. They did. But I think what I'm really clear on is I went so quick to expand Jigsaw. I was like, 6 cities, let's go. I mean, interviewing all kinds of women all over the US, thinking that I could expand that quick. And I think it's important to bring it up because no one was telling me to do that. No one was saying like, you need to be expanding out of LA. Like, no one was really pushing for that, but for some reason I did. I pushed for it so hard that I lost the vision. I'm taking a beat from what Jigsaw was. It doesn't mean that it won't exist, and it doesn't mean that it's not important to me, and the mission isn't important to me, because it is. But 2017 was about Jigsaw, and I lost myself in a lot of that. I mean, I sacrificed a lot for it, and I just don't know if that's what I want for my life, to sacrifice everything I have to see a company be built. It's very difficult to explain, and hence the be quietness, because I'm still trying to process what it is that I'm uncomfortable with. But I sacrificed a lot of my relationship. I put Jigsaw first. And I put Jigsaw first for everyone, or above everyone. I made it the only thing I truly cared about. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's how entrepreneurs should be thinking. But that makes me feel like then I'm not, I don't know. I also think that we should be redefining what an entrepreneur means, or what it means to be a small business owner, or what it means to want something for your life. Like, do we, it's so funny. I've truly been tested with this word hustle. And what's hilarious is that's literally my company's tagline, Women Who Hustle. I just don't feel like that's my mindset anymore. And it's not about not working hard. It's about knowing that I personally want more for my life than just a company or just a business. I want time with my friends. I want to build a relationship with the right person. I want to be in relationship with God and going to church. I want other things other than Jigsaw and other than any other business venture that I have. I want to experience the world. Like, I was talking to my friend, the Lorenzo Bug, what I call him. We've known each other since 6th grade. And he goes, you know, he's like, tell me what happened, because I was telling him about the breakup. He's like, and I'm going to tell you what I think. And so I told him, and he's like, I just think you weren't ready. Like, I think you want more for your life. Like, you want to, like, go and do all these things. And that's partly true, but I don't believe that my business is a hindrance to my future, like, to my relationships. I think I want a lot of things. I want to accomplish a lot of things, but I also want to explore other things, and that means exploring with other people for me. Big truck. I want to travel. I want to be able to stop limiting myself to my computer. He asked me, we were talking, because he travels all the time, and he asked me, like, when was the last place, where did you last go? And I was like, to think out of the US, it was London, but that was for BeautyCon. And then the place before that was Indonesia, and which was great, but that was in 2011. And it's sad. It makes me oh wait, I went to Costa Rica. Fuck. I went to Costa Rica for a wedding. Okay. So I've been places, but genuinely I haven't. I haven't been able to. I think the point I'm trying to make is I'm laser focused on work, on effort, because to me that's where I put my worth. My worth is in the work I can do. So I put so much pressure on myself to just produce, like an intense amount of pressure, that I abandoned everything else. I abandoned working out. I abandoned eating better. I abandoned seeing my friends. I abandoned being present. I abandoned going to church even. I abandoned everything else because my worth is in my work. And that cannot be it for me. I'm such a family-oriented person. So how can that be? How can that be that that work is the end-all be-all? It can't be. It can't be for me. I have to be able to create so much more space for me to connect with others. That is something I'm learning now and it's not too late, but I'm learning now that I need people. I need to be in conversation. I need to have my friendships. I need a partnership that works, relationship. I need those things. I need my relationship with God. I need my church community. I need these things. Work is like moving into a different phase, category. I'm not too sure. It's changing for me. Work was everything to me. Like work was literally, no one could make work be less important. No one. I can't remember the last time that like I went to brunch on the weekend because work was so hard and tough, and like going out, like I'm checking out and going with some friends to brunch. I had to really, really think hard about 2017 and the times I had gone out. I could count them on a hand. And it's because I put all of my worth in my work. So being focused at my desktop or at my computer every day meant that I was doing something worthwhile enough to skip out on experiences. And so all I'm saying is I'm ready to kind of kill that thought process and focus on what will fuel me. And let me be so clear, I'm not abandoning anything that I've built, anything that Jigsaw was and is to women. But I do think that there is something, I do believe that there is something with luck and timing. And I don't come from money, and I don't have a lot of advantages that some people do. And so, and that's not something I'm just making up as a woe is me. That's like real. You know, those who have money can get it done faster. So for me, Jigsaw lives on in a long-term perspective. Every year we move it slightly more forward. And I'm okay with that. And I hope you're okay with it too. And I'd love to build community, and maybe it's online to start. But it's gonna change, and it's gonna change because I need other things. And I hope you question yourself too. I hope you genuinely question, like, what is it that I want out of life? Am I settling? Am I saying, you know, I've been building this company, but I've missed out on experience? Or total opposite, I've never left my job, but I crave to start something of my own. What would it look like if I shifted? Just question your stance on things. Back to work. Pest control is here and she is not happy. You mad? You mad? Don't be frustrated. My girl. Look at this like hand though. Hey, it's okay, don't worry. Good morning. Good morning to you. Why are you all up in my face? Do you need something? Do you need something? Something just hit me. as I sit here dying. That looks like jail. Okay. It hit me this morning while I was working, and I realized that everything in my life, from every retail management job I had, cool. What's going on, Gail? What's going on, Gail? Every retail management job I had, from Wet Seal to Fredericks of Hollywood, girl, to, you know, my first social media job at Jaywalk in New York, all the way to freelancing and writing for Nylon. Every single moment was like career defining. And I put so much pressure on myself to make that be like my thing. I was gonna own it, no one's gonna. I remember working for Fredericks being like, I'm really good at bra sizing. I'm really good at helping women feel sexy. I'm really good at helping bring confidence out of women. Like, I made it so that it was the end all be all to my definition of who Christina was or is. And that has never stopped until I just realized this morning that anything that happens in my life, any sort of decision I have to make, it doesn't have to be as defining as I put pressure on myself to make it be. Like this, I remember thinking, like, when I decided to go back into the workforce full time, I remember thinking, I'm only gonna work at a cool company. And I applied to everything from like Visco to Dropbox. I mean, Dropbox was looking for a head of content. I was like, girl, that's me. You know, like totally. And it's not to say that, I mean, that's very ambitious, right? And so I thought, because if I'm gonna leave Jigsaw in its current form and have to reposition because of stability's sake, then man, it better be worth it. And it better be not even career defining, but yeah, but just defining. It better be everything that it should be in order for me to abandon Jigsaw. That was like my thought. And then I'm like in this place of I'm working for a company and I'm having a ton of fun because it's gonna be a labor of love project, and I feel so impacted already by what can happen, but it doesn't have to be my whole soul, my whole being. It doesn't have to absorb my whole life. It doesn't have to be the one thing that makes Christina Christina. Because this is blowing my mind because I never looked at it like that. I never realized that I put so much definition on what I did and why I have such a complex about titles. I remember back in like BeautyCon days, like I wanted to have an authoritative title. If I was gonna be in these investor meetings, if I was gonna be at the board meetings with Condé Nast, I better have a cool title on my business card. It was such a thing. Such a complex. And luckily I'm surrounded by women who don't have that complex, so they help me, and who are mighty important and mighty smart and just don't need the title to prove anything. But the title meant everything to me. It was so defining. Whatever I did was a defining moment until just now. I'm like, I can't begin to describe to you how relieving it feels to know that I am not defined by where I work, by how I work. No, I am defined by that. But like I'm not defined by where I decide to take a job. It's what I do, but it's not who I am. We cute. I don't know. That just hit me so hard. And it's so cool. That means that there is so much more space for me to be. Like, there's so much more room now. Whoa. Whoa. Full on revelation right now. There is so much more room. Man, I am so blown away. That is the coolest thing. I can see that I have so much more space now. So much more space for opportunity. So much more space for freedom. So much more space for free time. If I don't let this absorb my whole being. As I was talking to you earlier last week or this week about talking to my friend Boog about travel and how my best friends, 2 of them, they travel all the time. They both have schedules. One's a nurse and one's a hairstylist. So they can create the schedules that give them the flexibility. They make enough money so that they can travel and get to see the world. I've always been in that position. I've always, ever since I went to freelance, and even before then, I've always worked at startups, so it is always quite flexible. I've always had the opportunity to go, but I let work be my defining feature. Like, I can't go because I've got work. Like, I let it be the reason why I don't leave my house, why I don't do more outside of my job, or why everything is about my job. Anywhere I go, anywhere, or anything I do, it has to be a representation of the company or the job or the title or whatever. Like, having business cards was such like a thing for me. Like I have a, like what? Okay, I'm done ranting because I gotta get back to work. But I'm just, that's cool. That's cool. Space.
Alright, so this is the first one.
What is that doing?
So this one is exfoliating you from the inside out. It has lactic acid. So that one is literally gonna break down anything that's keeping the
That is the coolest feeling.
yeah, anything that's keeping like dead skin, like on your actual skin, it's gonna break it right off.
It's the rejuvenating serum.
So that's cleaning out all of your skin. So up here, you'll see those, that's all silicone. That's all silicone. This is all dead skin and any.
Wait, what do you mean silicone?
Silicone, just like anything, like kind of like makeup that's just kind of sitting because it floats up. And then that's all dead skin, anything that was clogged in your pores.
This is gonna sound really silly, but I feel like it makes so much sense to me now. So I just got off a conference call and I went to just say hi to Pip, and I laid down and I just did something like silly on Snapchat or something. And it made me realize that like I'm having a pre-Stella got her groove back moment. Like, I think that that's the funk that I've been in. I mean, outside of other things, I feel like it's totally attributed to the fact that I've lost my like swag. Do people say swag? Swag? Do people say that? Like, mojo? You know what I mean though? Like, I genuinely think that I don't have my like Stella got her groove back moment, but I feel like I'm on the cusp of my groove, so pretty excited, right? Right, so get ready because Stella's coming back. 2 months.